shine on me. I love you, shine a light through the eyes of the one left behind. Shine the light, shine the light, shine the light, won't you shine the light? Fella, don't be afraid of love. into flames. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves. I'ma wade through the waters till the tide don't move. I'ma riot through your borders. Call me bulletproof. Lord, forgive me, I've been running blind in truth. I'ma wade through your shallow love till the deep unknown. I'm telling these tears go and fall away, fall away. Oh, may the last one burn into flames.
Please welcome community organizer Edward Ray.
Oh my God, look at all of these beautiful faces. So glad to be here. Can I get another one for President Joe Biden, please? 4 more years? 4 more years? I love it, I love it. I want to start off by thanking every single one of you guys for being, or you all for being here today. I am honored to stand as we rally to re-elect President Joe Biden. Yes! So, as someone who immigrated to America at the age of 8 and who was the first African American to represent McFarland, I understand very much the value of safety net services. Thank you. I recognize the role that critical safety net services and access to equal opportunities have played in my journey. I know that not everyone has been awarded those same opportunities, and that's why it's even more crucial for us to fight for policies that lift every single person up. Thank you. So, President Joe Biden. President Biden's vision for America includes affordable health care, quality education, economic opportunities, regardless of your background or your income. And I'm going to say that a second time, regardless of your background or your income. We have made significant strides over the past few years under this administration, from fighting for our democracy to lowering the costs for families. President Biden has shown us what it means to lead with empathy, with integrity, and for a vision for a brighter future. Ooh. So, we have to remember what's at stake. Under the previous administration, we lost 82,000 jobs just here in Wisconsin. 82,000 jobs. I will say that should be a felony, but we know he can't afford another one, so here we are. Trump oversaw the rise of unemployment in Black Americans, and he widened the racial wealth gap. We cannot go back to that. So, friends, the progress we made is at risk, and it's up to each and every one of us to ensure that President Biden has the support he needs to continue to move our country forward. That is why I'm here today to talk to you about the power of canvassing and knocking on doors. You see, the heart and the soul of any campaign is the grassroots efforts. It's the conversations we have with our neighbors, the connections we make with our communities, and the stories we share about why this election matters. When we knock on doors, we aren't just handing out flyers or getting votes. We're building relationships, and we're creating a network of engaged, informed citizens who can help create the future we all so care about. I know it can be intimidating to put yourself out there, but trust me, your voice absolutely matters. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard to take it away from you. Think about the impact we have when we all commit to spending just a few hours talking with our neighbors, knocking on doors, calling around. We have the power to sway the undecided voters, to motivate those who might stay at home, and to remind everyone, again, what's at stake during this election. By canvassing, we're not just supporting the candidate. We're advocating for a future where everyone has a fair shot at success. We're standing up for our families, we're standing up for our friends, and we're standing up for our communities. And we're sending a message that we're not going to be complacent with the challenges ahead. So I urge you to join me, sign up to canvass, knock on doors, make some phone calls, and engage with your neighbors. Together we can ensure that President Biden continues to lead us forward to a more just and equitable America. Thank you, and let's get to work to re-elect President Joe Biden. So, speaking of getting to work, I want to introduce our next speaker. It is someone I have a lot of respect for, someone who has done all the work and continues to do the work and show up every time, he and his team, Chair of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, Ben Wickler. Thank you.
Hello, Wisconsin! Love you back. I'm Ben Wickler. I'm the chair of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, and I'm here for the exact same reason that you are here. To re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, defeat Donald Trump, and ensure that democracy and freedom survive in the United States of America. What a week. What a week. First, let's acknowledge it. Rough debate. One guy needed a lozenge. The other guy needed a lie detector and a conscience and a reminder that he's not running for dictator of North Korea. Then, the United States Supreme Court. With the majority that Donald Trump appointed for this purpose, decided it wasn't enough to rip away reproductive freedom from half of America, but that also, even though they want to allow states to throw doctors in jail who offer reproductive care, they do think that the President of the United States, maybe a particular one, should be able to do whatever he wants with total immunity. They want Donald Trump to be king. It's the kind of week that makes the stakes very clear. And the president, on July 1st, on that night when the Supreme Court had made that decision, he came out at the White House and said something chillingly important. He said that the U.S. Supreme Court's decision makes clear that the courts will not stop Donald Trump in his dreams of becoming a dictator. The only people with the power to stop Donald Trump are you. Are you ready to stop Donald Trump from becoming the dictator that he dreams of being? Are you ready to re-elect the president who knows that we are a democracy, not a dictatorship in this country? Are you ready to re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? That was July 1st. That was July 1st. Then came the 4th of July. And we gather here because the spirit, the aspirations of the 4th of July, of the Declaration of Independence, aspirations never achieved, but that every generation of Americans has had to fight for. Those aspirations, that American dream is on the line at this moment. And we gather because Joe Biden understands those stakes. Joe Biden took office amidst the wreckage of Donald Trump's failed insurrection and attempt to overthrow democracy in America on January 6th. Joe Biden has lived the stakes. Joe Biden took office in the midst of a national crisis, multiple national crises piled on top of each other, and has helped us to stabilize, helps us to refocus on building a country that works for working people. A country that doesn't just, yes, a country that doesn't just reward the mega billionaires, that doesn't just hand power to people who try to take away freedom, but a country that celebrates freedom, a country that honors our troops and what they fight for, the kind of country that Joe Biden has dedicated his life to serving and building. And now we are here to stand with him in that fight. Four more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
We're gathered here because of the threat that we saw on July 1st, because of the patriotism distilled on July 4th, and because we know Joe Biden. We know Joe Biden's patriotism, his decency, his empathy, his steely determination. We know that his life, like so many Americans' lives, has been marked by tragedy. And it's been characterized by resilience. We know Joe Biden. We know that from the first moment he won his first election, when his family died in that tragic car wreck, he was knocked down, but he got back up. And we know that he is asking us to get back up. And Wisconsin, are we ready to get back up? Are we ready to fight? Are we ready to organize? We can feel it. Get back up. Get back up. Get back up. We can feel it in this room. We can feel it in this room. We can feel it in the overflow room. We can feel it across the state, because I want to tell you a true story. Not one of the lies and fantasies that Donald Trump has been spinning out, but a true story of what happened this past weekend. So we had that debate. Then we saw Joe Biden in North Carolina fire up an energized crowd of people. And then here in Wisconsin, we got to work. This past weekend, Democratic volunteers, this past weekend, Wisconsin patriots went out and knocked on tens of thousands of doors. They made tens of thousands of phone calls. They reached out to more than 100,000 voters here in the land of the nail-biter, where 4 of the last 6 presidential elections has come down to less than 25,000 votes. They reached out to more than 4 times that number. And what they found is that in this state, we don't want politicians making our most intimate personal decisions. In this state, we believe in personal freedom. In this state, we don't want politicians overturning elections. We think voters decide who has power in this state. In this state, in Wisconsin, we don't want would-be billionaire presidents giving away billions of dollars to foreign corporations to make promises that never come true. We want Joe Biden making promises and keeping them, to bring multi-billion-dollar investments to Racine County, to investing billions of dollars in Wisconsin infrastructure, in repairing our roads, in repairing our bridges, in expanding jobs, not shrinking them, and walking the picket line with our unions, not smashing unions, and appointing judges who believe in the rule of law, not the ones who will tear it down. Wisconsin wants Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in 2024, and we are doing the work. We are doing the work for a president who honors workers and honors our freedom. Wisconsin, we know that you can't wring your hands when you're rolling up your sleeves. And we roll up our sleeves in this state. We know that when the polls are within the margin of error, we call that the margin of effort. We know that we win elections here by not taking anyone for granted and by not writing anyone off, by showing up in every community all across this great state, in every part of our state, no matter who you look like, no matter who you love, no matter how you worship. This is a Democratic Party, and this is a president for all of us. That is how we win, and that is who Joe Biden is. Wisconsin, Trump is not here today. Trump is not listening to us. Trump is in his castle, rubbing his hands together, thinking about how to rip away more freedoms from more people, trying to come up with new ways to advance his Project 2025. I know. If you don't know about Project 2025, look it up after this rally and then sign up for some more volunteerships, because we are not going to let that thing happen. Donald Trump is dreaming about unchecked power. Joe Biden is dreaming about a new birth of freedom in this country, about a revitalization of our democracy, about building an economy that works for working people. That is what he's done in his presidency. That is what he will do for the next 4 years. In Wisconsin, we are going to re-elect Joe Biden and re-elect Kamala Harris and ensure that that future, that brighter future, comes to pass. Wisconsin, are you ready to work? Are you ready to organize? Are you ready to defeat Donald Trump? Are you ready to re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for 4 more years? 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. We have this precious, precious gift. We have 120-something days until the polls close on November 5th. All of us in this room are in the state that tipped the last 2 presidential elections. It is an extraordinary gift to live in a democracy where all of us decides who leads this country. Not the powerful, not the billionaires, not the special interests, it's all of us. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris understand that in their bones. They will never give up on our democracy, and we will never give up on them. Let's fight, let's win, let's re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris this November. Thank you, Wisconsin, and let's give a giant round of applause for the great former mayor of Fitchburg, our friend, Francis Hunley Cooper. Thank you all so much, Wisconsin.
Thanks, Ben. Can I get another round of applause for our amazing state party chair, the best in the country? It's great to be with you all today as we welcome our president to Wisconsin. I have the great honor of being the first African-American elected mayor in the state of Wisconsin. When I think of why I'm excited to support Joe Biden re-election, it's simple. He's a good president, he's a good leader, and more than that, he's a good man. He reaches out, he understands our community, and I remember when I met him, I told him, say hi to my sorority sister, our Madam Vice President. And his eyes immediately lit up, and he said, you know, I'm the first president to invite the Divine Nine to the White House. I saw the pride in his eyes. This president knows us, and he makes sure that we have a seat at the table. Look no further than his historic running mate, Kamala Harris. He promised to bring a black woman to his ticket, and just like he promised, had other promises, he delivered. But it's not just that. When I think about the issues that matter to me and my community, protecting our Social Security and Medicare, bringing down prescription drugs, protecting reproductive freedoms for future generations, the choice is so clear in this election.
It's Joe.
Donald Trump wants to take us backwards, threatening to cut our benefits, repealing the Affordable Care Act, and bragging about he was the one responsible for overturning Roe versus Wade thanks to his hand-picked Supreme Court justices. Joe is moving us forward. He's protecting benefits for seniors like me. He knows the costs are too high, and that's why he took on the big pharmaceuticals to bring down prescription drug prices and cap the cost of insulin at $35 per month for seniors. And he's fighting to restore Roe versus Wade and ensure women right here in Wisconsin and across the country can get essential reproductive health care when they need it. I'm proud to welcome President Biden to Dane County. Thank you.
From the bottom, I'm that uncut, real raw. When things get tough, that's when we show up. That's when we show out. That's when we show y'all. It's time to knuckle up and fight hard. Now let's all buckle up and fight hard. Que Dios bendiga a todas tus familias, mi amigo. Se parte mandito, vamos darle duro. Say it with me. I believe. Say it with me. I believe that. Say it with me.
Bottom line, no matter what, face everything and rise.
I will be king, and you will be queen. Though nothing will drive them away, we can beat them just for one day. We can be heroes just for one day. And you can be me. And I'll drink all the time, 'cause we're lovers, and that is a fact. Yes, we're lovers.
Queen bee, want no smoke with me. Then turn this motherfucker up 800 degrees. Whole team eat chefs cause she's a treat. Ooh, she's so bougie, bon appetit.
I'm a savage, attitude nasty. Talk big shit, but my bank account match it. Hood, but I'm classy. Rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kept my name in
last one burn into flames.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
I'ma wade through the waters till the tide don't move. I'ma riot through your borders. Call me bulletproof. Lord, forgive me, I've been running blind in truth. I'ma wade through your shallow love till the deep I knew. I'm telling these tears go and fall away, fall away. Oh, may the last one burn into flames.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
Ten Hail Marys, I meditate for practice. Channel 9 News tell me I'm moving backwards. 8 blacks left, death is around the corner. 7 misleading statements about my persona. 6 headlights waving in my direction. Come on. 5-0 asking me what's in my possession. Yeah, I keep running, jumping the aqueducts, fire hydrants and hazardous smoke alarms on the back of us. But mama, don't cry for me, ride for me, try for me, live for me, breathe for me, sing for me. Honestly, guiding me, I can be more than I gotta be. Stole from me, lied to me, nation hypocrisy, code on me, driving me wicked. My spirit inspired me like yeah. Open correctional gates in high desert. Yeah. Open our mind as we cast away oppression. Open the streets and watch our beliefs. And when they carve my name inside the concrete, I pray it forever reads.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
What you want from me? Is it true? You see, I'd rather get in there. What you want from me? Is it true? You see, I'd rather get in there. In there.
this time around. I am gonna do it like you never knew it. Oh, I'll make it through. The time has come for me to break out of the shell. I have to shout that I am coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it show. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let.
Please welcome the mayor of Madison, Satya Rhodes-Conway.
Hello, Madison! I am so delighted to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. I just came from the tarmac, and you know what? As our governor says, I'm jazzed as hell. Listen, yesterday we celebrated Independence Day. I spent the morning at parades around Madison where kids decorate their bikes with the red, white, and blue streamers, and all the families in the neighborhood come out to cheer them on. And I saw people from all walks of life come together to celebrate our freedoms and our rights. The freedom to believe and say what we like, to engage with our community in the great practice of democracy. The freedom to live and work where we will and to access the opportunities that our families need to thrive. The freedom to control our lives and our bodies. The freedom to love who we love and to choose when and how to have a family. And the freedom to live without fear of violence and discrimination. Yesterday, I celebrated our rights and our freedoms. But today, I have to be honest with you. I'm afraid. The specter of dictatorship looms over America. Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans are actively trying to take away our rights. Our right to equal opportunity and access to economic success. Our right to access information and to read books that they disagree with. They want to take that away. Our right to access medical care, whether that's abortion or IVF or even birth control. And our right to control our own bodies. They're already trying to take that away from us.
No way. Fight back.
Our right to be who we are and to love who we love. They're trying to take that away.
Yes.
Our right to vote, we know about this in Wisconsin. They're trying to take away our rights to vote easily and safely. Thank you to the state Supreme Court for giving us back drop boxes. Our right to vote, elections have consequences, folks. Our right to vote and to have a government that is accountable to we, the people. These MAGA Republicans, they want to take away our rights. But do you know what? We won't let them. We will fight back. We will organize. And we will vote. We will vote for leaders who believe in us, who have invested in our community, and who believe in more freedom, not less, in more rights, not fewer. That's what I'm fighting for. I know that that's what you're fighting for. And that is what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are fighting for. We cannot let fear and hate win. I'm voting for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Tammy Baldwin. I'm them because it's a vote for my rights. It's a vote for my family. It's a vote for Madison. It's a vote for Wisconsin. And it's a vote for the United States of America. I'm voting for President Biden because I want Independence Day on July 4th, 2025, to be a day that is worth celebrating. So, Madison, I ask you, are you going to join me? Are you going to vote? All right, let's finish the job. Thank you, Madison.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's.
Please welcome Congressman Mark Pocan.
Hello, everybody. Wow, what a great crowd. This is great to see so many people here on incredibly short notice because we care deeply about our nation and we want to greet our great president, Joe Biden. Look, in a little over 4 months, the most consequential election of our lifetimes will occur. A contest where on one side stands a twice impeached, 34-time felon who is unable to tell the truth and wants to be a dictator. And thanks to his appointments on the Supreme Court, if not a dictator, a lawless king. A demagogue who, if elected, will implement the far right's Project 2025, a far-reaching, right-wing, authoritarian fever dream that will take away our freedoms, challenge our foundational democracy, and negatively affect our country for a long time. And on the other side stand the Democrats. Democrats in the U.S. Senate and in the House and in our state legislatures. Great governors across the country, including Governor Tony Evers right here in Wisconsin. And of course, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris in the White House. Look, we want to put people over politics. We want to help people achieve their full potential and provide opportunities for every family, not just a select few. We stand for freedom, the freedom to love who you love, the freedom to make decisions about your own bodies, the freedom to equally enjoy what this country can offer, no exceptions. And the best part, we're already doing it. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are delivering for the American people. Look, we got this nation out of COVID. We're invested in jobs and infrastructure, and we're doing everything we can to reduce the inflated cost of living coming out of COVID, including investing in cleaner, cheaper types of energy and taking on big pharma by forcing them to negotiate for lower drug prices. Look, Joe Biden gets it done. Donald Trump gets felonies. Now, I have to say, it's going to come down to a few states, and Wisconsin is one of those states. And don't think for a second that this is going to be easy. Just in the last week, some say the snow globe of the election has been shaken. But you know what hasn't been shaken? The resolve of the people. The resolve to have leaders that are bound by law. The resolve to live their lives with freedom and without freedom from ideological big brother. And the resolve to move this nation forward and live up to our founders' promises. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris know a thing or two about a thing or two when it comes to our shared values. This won't be a nation of rich versus poor or right wing versus everyone else. This will be a nation of liberty and justice for all. But it's really going to be up to us. Are you ready to do all you can to make sure that this country survives a great attack from a corrupt demagogue and a right wing that wants to fundamentally change our nation? And are we going to fight for our values against theirs? Our values of freedom, fairness, and inclusion over cynicism, hatred, and division? And are we going to work hard every day until the election to let our friends and families know who's on their side and who's not? You bet. Democrats move us forward, and we are moving straight ahead. Thank you.
Can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on. I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving around the place. I check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, and I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know that this. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
stroke, kiss and wine, it's on me. I shake this world off my shoulders. Come on, baby, the laughs on me. Stay on the streets of this town, and they'll be carving you up alright. You say you gotta stay hungry. Hey, baby, I'm just a fast star tonight. I'm dying for some action. I'm sitting around here trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on, baby, give me just one look. We can't start a fire, sitting around crying over a broken heart. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. We can't start a fire, worrying about your little world falling apart. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. 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 Hey, baby.
I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song with butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song and know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Get to the club in my taxi cab, everybody's looking at me now. Like, who's that chick that's rocking kicks? She gotta be from out of town. So hard with my girls on around me. It's definitely not a Nashville party, 'cause all I see are stilettos. I guess I never got the memo. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. It's when the DJ dropped my favorite tune and the Britney song was on. And the Britney song was on. And the Britney song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song with butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song and know I'm gonna be okay.
travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore.
Please welcome Sabrina Jordan and Governor Tony Evers.
Hello, Wisconsin! Everybody's fired up. Everybody's fired up. It's great to be here to welcome President Joe Biden back to Wisconsin. You know, recently I was in Milwaukee, did you hear that? Talking to a crowd of fired up Democrats at their convention, and today I'm going to tell about the stuff that I'm going to talk about today too. If I had to sum up the last several years, it would go something like this. It's simple. Democrats are getting shit done at delivering for Wisconsin. Now, folks, I've been governor under both Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and let me tell you, the choice this November is absolutely clear. There's only one president who's consistently delivered for Wisconsin, and his name is Joe Biden. You know, take this week, just this week as an example. On Tuesday, the Biden-Harris administration announced Wisconsin was officially selected as a U.S. regional tech hub. Now, this is a huge deal and something I've worked with Senator Tammy Baldwin over the last few years with her. And this is a $50 million project that will position Wisconsin to be a national leader in cutting-edge industries and creates thousands of new jobs and billions, that's that billion with a B, worth of economic development in Wisconsin. That deserves a holy mackerel. And you may remember another thing here. My predecessor, it's been a decade since he last won an election after all, but I bet you remember his Foxconn boondoggle. But first of all, I fixed it. I renegotiated a contract that saved taxpayers $2.77 billion. And not only that, but thanks to the help of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, I announced Microsoft is investing a $3.3 billion investment to develop a state-of-the-art data system in Mount Pleasant. And it's not only expected to bring thousands of union construction jobs by the end of this year, but it's also going to put Wisconsin on the map, leading in artificial intelligence and advanced manufacturing, and that is a major holy mackerel. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are helping us get it. So get this, the Biden-Harris administration is helping us with the necessary investments to replace the Blotnick Bridge between Duluth and Superior. And that bridge serves hundreds of thousands of trucks and transports billions of dollars of goods between those two states. Yes, absolutely. And get this, over 410,000 households and businesses will have new or improved high-speed internet, thanks in part due to the investments I directed under the Biden-Harris American Rescue Plan Act. And you may remember, Republican legislators took a 300-day vacation from passing bills during the pandemic and the worst economic disaster in a decade. But with the help of the American Rescue Plan Act, we were able to rebuild Wisconsin's economy from the ground up. We supported over 100,000 businesses, direct pays, and helped more than 9,000 businesses open up vacant storefronts across all main streets of Wisconsin. We traded or replaced hundreds of wells that had PFAS and nitrates and other contaminants. We've aided more than 20,000 farmers, and we delivered rental assistance to over 40,000 households in the state of Wisconsin. Now, folks, I could go on and on. I won't do that. Now, not everybody's heard about all these good things that have happened. But because the thing about me and Joe, we're not flashy, nor are we fancy. We're not for political drama or fanfare. We put our heads down and do the work. We always try to do the right thing. And we're always going to say it straight. Now compare this to the other guy. There's so much at stake this November, and here's the truth. Donald Trump is a danger threat to our country and our democracy. He's not running to help others. He's only running to serve only himself. He's not capable of telling the truth or being honest, and he's got a radical agenda that he plans to pursue when he returns to the Oval Office. What we all know, Donald Trump will gladly sign a national abortion ban. And think about this. This week, Donald Trump's hand-picked justices to the U.S. Supreme Court, the same court that stripped millions of Wisconsinites of their reproductive freedom overnight, and that includes 7 women in my family. It's a decision that, as the dissenting judges put it, makes a president immune from prosecution for things like ordering Navy SEALs to assassinate a political rival or accepting a bribe in exchange for a pardon. Folks, that happened in the United States of America this week. And also, this is serious. When you go home, Google Project 2025 and tell everybody you know to do the same. According to his advisors that prepared that, Trump wants to fire as many as tens of thousands of civil servants and replace them with his own loyalists and supporters. Folks, there's a reason President Biden is here in Wisconsin the day after Independence Day, because as we reflect on the values we hold, those that we hold dear, values like upholding peaceful transfer of power, protecting the fundamental right to cast a vote, and our pursuit of freedom, justice, and equality, the choice this November has never been more clear. Folks, the future of democracy runs right through the great state of Wisconsin, and we're going to stop Donald Trump. We will vote to protect reproductive freedom and access to safe legal abortion. We will vote to defend LGBTQ people of color, seniors, and many more. We will vote to save our democracy. We will vote to make sure the guy who has more felonies than Baskin-Robbins has flavors stays the hell out of the White House. 123 days, folks, and we're going to spend every single day for the next 123 days knocking on doors, chipping in when we can, and making sure all our friends, our family, and neighbors know what's at stake and do the same. Every day for the next 123 days, remember this: we owe it to those who came before us and to those who are coming after us to never give up on this great democracy. We cannot take for granted 1 second that this is an important responsibility for all of us. So let's get to work, Wisconsin, and thank you so much. Thank you all. And now it's my honor to introduce Sabrina Jordan. Sabrina, it's all yours, folks.
Wow. Hello. Hello. Who is Sabrina Jordan? I'm you. I'm America. I'm you. I am so honored to be with you here today. My name is Sabrina Jordan, and I have lived in Wisconsin all of my life. All of my life. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. For many years, I did not vote. Many years. That's right. Oh, I heard somebody say that. For a number of reasons. But ultimately, it came down to that I really didn't believe that I could make a difference. It wasn't until Barack Obama and Joe Biden ran, and I went to the polls for the very first time. Now, with this election, with Donald Trump running again, I realized I had to do even more. I had to do much more to stop that man. The thought of him returning to the White House scares me. And I don't scare easily. Even worse than destroying the jobs in Wisconsin. Even worse than overturning Roe versus Wade and calling for women to be punished. Let me say that again. Calling for women to be punished. Even worse than promoting violence and talking about bloodbaths. Even worse than systematically stripping away the precious freedom that we just celebrated yesterday. Now, he's actually planning to rule our country as some kind of dictator. We all should be scared of that. So that fear generated a deep conviction in me. So I got involved. This is the first election that I'm volunteering for. This is the first time first time. A political campaign? What, me? Yes, me. Absolutely. I knock on doors. I talk to the community. I talk to friends. I talk to families. And if you can't tell, I preach a little bit. Right? Why? I encourage them. I urge them to look past Donald Trump's lies and see through to the truth and the goodness and the will and the might and the honor of a man who tells the truth, Joe Biden. Guess what? I think they're starting to pay attention. They're starting to pay attention. Oh, yes. I'm looking at you, and I know it's true. I am so proud. I'm so proud of volunteering with the Wisconsin Dems. So proud. I'm proud. I know I'm making a difference. I know that there are thousands of people across Wisconsin that are making that same difference. All of our work is what's going to make it happen. It's the only way that we're going to defeat Trump. We're going to send President Joe Biden back to the White House with Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, it is my great honor to introduce a man who has fought every single day for our country to move it forward. A man who comports himself with the dignity befitting a president of this country. A man who has made my life better, who is working to make your life better, is working to make our communities better. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you my president, your president, the next president of the United States of America, Joe Biden. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love?
there alone. Oh, yeah, and it's real to me. There must be someone who's feeling for me. Things look so bad everywhere.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Wisconsin. I gotta thank somebody. Gaylord Nelson, I'm back. He first introduced me to Wisconsin a long time ago when I was a kid. I'm only 40 now, but I was a kid then. Sabrina, thank you for the introduction and for the volunteering for our campaign. And a special thanks to one of the best governors I've ever worked with in my life, Tony Evers. You've got a former governor, Jim Doyle, Madison Rhodes, mayor of this city. And look, we got a guy who has a tough time winning an election. He only gets 70% of the vote, Congressman Pocan. And so many local leaders are there, including the chair of the Wisconsin Democratic Party, Ben Wickler. Ben, oh, Ben. Folks, did you have a good 4th of July? By the way, if you wonder whether Trump has it all together, did you ever hear how he explained the 4th of July when he was president? No, I'm serious. This is true. His explanation how America won the Revolutionary War, I'm not making this up. He said in his 4th of July speech 5 years ago, he said, George Washington's army won the revolution by taking control of the airports from the British. We talk about me misspeaking. Airports from the British in 1776. It's true, he is a stable genius, this man. My friends, I'm in Wisconsin for one reason, because we're going to win Wisconsin again. We're going to win it. And let me tell you how we're going to do it. You know the reason. We're going to do it because of you all in this room to start with. But we're going to stand up for women in America. We're going to restore Roe v. Wade, the law of the land. We're going to stand up for the right to vote again. We're going to fight for Medicare and Social Security and child care, elder care, paid leave, all which grows economies. We're going to keep lowering the cost of prescription drugs and expanding health care for everyone. Not just. Look. We're going to protect our children from getting weapons of war off our streets. That's what we're going to do. The idea that more children die from gunshot wounds in America is so wrong. It's sick. It really is sick. We're going to keep confronting climate change. The most important, we're going to save our democracy. Now, you probably heard we had a little debate last week. Can't say it was my best performance. But ever since then, there's been a lot of speculation. What's Joe going to do? Is he going to stay in the race? Is he going to drop out? What's he going to do? Well, here's my answer. I am running and going to win again. Because we're going to go. Folks, I'm the sitting president of the United States of America in no small part because of you. Not a joke. In 2020, you came through for me. I'm the nominee of the Democratic Party. I'm the nominee of this party because millions of Democrats like you just voted for me in primaries all across America. You voted for me to be your nominee, no one else. You, the voters did that. And despite despite that some folks don't seem to care who you voted for. Well, guess what? They're trying to push me out of the race. Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020. Well, by the way, we're going to do it again in 2024. I learned long ago, when you get knocked down, you get back up. And I'm not letting one 90-minute debate wipe out 3.5 years of work. As the governor said, I've led this nation from the depths of pandemic to the strongest economy in the world, and that's literally true. And I and you are not finished yet. Now, you probably also noticed a lot of discussion about my age. I know I look 40. I keep seeing all those stories about I'm being too old. Let me say something. I was too old. I wasn't too old to create over 15 million new jobs. To make sure 21 million Americans are insured under the Affordable Care Act. To beat Big Pharma, the first time they ever do that, and lower the cost of insulin to $35 procedure. Was I too old to relieve student debt for nearly 5 million Americans and grow the economy? Too old to put the first black woman on the Supreme Court of the United States of America? To sign the Respect for Marriage Act? Or they're too old to sign the most significant gun safety law in 30 years? To pass the biggest climate bill in the history of the world, not here, the history of the world. But then, my critics say, sure, but he did all that. But that was in the past. What about now? Well, how about the 200,000 jobs we announced yesterday? So let me ask you, what do you think? You think I'm too old to restore Roe v. Wade, the law of the land? You think I'm too old to ban assault weapons again? To protect Social Security and Medicare? To get child care, elder care for working families who need the nation? To make billionaires finally start to pay something beyond 8.2% of the tax rate? Let me ask you, you think I'm too old to beat Donald Trump? I can hardly wait. Anyway. Folks, let's focus on what really matters. We're running against the biggest liar and the biggest threat, no, really, the biggest liar and biggest threat to our democracy in American history. That's not hyperbole. Over 150 presidential historians voted him the worst president in American history. No, the worst. As I've said before, he has the morals of an alley cat. He lies about the economy he created. The truth, he's one of only 2 American presidents who left office with fewer jobs than when he came into office. You know who the other one was? Herbert Hoover. Fact. That's why I call him Donald Herbert Hoover Trump. He lies about the pandemic he totally botched. The truth is, over 1 million people went on to die. He told us what? To inject bleach in our arm. It wasn't serious. He lied about how great he was for veterans in his administration. The truth, he called veterans who gave their lives serving America. And I was just in Normandy and on the beaches of Normandy and all through that area. And he said, I have trouble saying this because my son died as a consequence of Iraq. Who gave their lives, he called them, quote, suckers and losers. By the way, I'll be damned. I'm glad I wasn't with him because I'll be damned to let him talk about my son that way. That's right. But how do we know he said this? That I'm not making this up. A 4-star Marine general, his own former chief of staff was with him, and he told us that's what he said. But he's not the only former Trump official warning us about how bad Trump is, including the former secretaries of defense and even his own vice president. They refused to endorse him. Says a lot about who Trump is and says a lot about what he isn't. By the way, I couldn't I guess I shouldn't say it. By the way, I couldn't be prouder to have your support and the support of our great Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. Trump is a convicted felon, found guilty, 34 felonies, trying to hide hush money payments to a porn star. Another jury found Trump sexually assaulted a woman in a public place, and he's been fined $90 million for defaming her. $90 million. They've only been bankrupt about 20 times, but I don't know. This so-called great businessman owes over $400 million in fines after being convicted in New York State of business fraud. Already convicted. Fined $400 million. Donald Trump isn't just a convicted criminal. He's a one-man crime wave. But Trump's biggest lie of all is he had nothing to do with the insurrection of January 6th. We all saw with our own eyes. We saw he sent thousands to attack the Capitol. We saw police being attacked, the Capitol being ransacked, the mob hunting for Nancy Pelosi. Gallows set up to hang Mike Pence. Let me ask you something. After what Trump did on January 6th, why would anyone ever let him be near the Oval Office again? Folks, the issue of this election is, what kind of America do we want to be? What kind of America do we want to be? We want to be a country of anger, revenge, and retribution, or a country of hope and optimism and possibilities, as we've always been. I want a country where women have a right to make their own health care decisions. Trump wants an America where abortion is banned and women are punished. I want an America where health care is a right, not a privilege. Trump wants to throw tens of millions of people who couldn't get insurance any other way than Obamacare off of Obamacare. I want America where the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Trump wants to give the very wealthy an additional, last time out when he was president, he gave them a $2 trillion tax cut, creating the largest deficit any president has in one term. Now he's announced he wants another $5 trillion tax cut after already leaving the largest deficit. It's hard to make this up. I want to protect Social Security and Medicare. He wants to cut Social Security and Medicare so he can cut taxes for the very wealthy. I want to ban assault weapons and require universal background checks. You all heard him promise the NRA. He promised the National Rifle Association, I will do nothing about guns. That's what he said. I will do nothing about guns. And he means it. I want January 6th insurrectionists to serve their full prison terms. Trump wants to pardon them. Folks, you can't be pro-insurrectionist and pro-American at the same time. This is so damn serious. You can't love your country only when you win. Look, you've been standing a long time. Let me close with this. Ultimately, the American presidency is about character. The character of the president who holds the job. Because with the immunities the Supreme Court just talked about, it gets down to that. It gets down to that. It's about honesty. It's about the president's decency, integrity. Do they respect people? Or do they incite violence and hate? Can they honor their oath to the Constitution and uphold their oath of office? Well, I don't think it's an exaggeration to suggest Trump has failed on every one of these character tests. Every one. And what's worse, the Supreme Court has just ruled that there are virtually no limits on the power of the presidency. I know it sounds bizarre, but that's what they ruled. A frightening decision. According to the extreme majority of the Supreme Court, the president is now above the law. We just celebrated the 4th of July, saying we will not be ruled by a king. And this Supreme Court he appointed proved this new law. It's in a dangerous precedent, especially if Donald Trump has returned to the presidency. Just think about it. In the second term, this next term, whomever is the president is going to appoint at least 2 new appointees. The second Trump term, where there are no limits. Supreme Court Justice Sotomayor warned us about that in her dissent in that case. Here's what she said. She noted that based on a majority decision, Trump can take out his opponents, physically take them out, take bribes, and lead a coup, and be immune to ever being held accountable for it if he did it while he was president, according to the Supreme Court. Where the hell are we? So he really could become a dictator that he promised to be on day one. For over 2 centuries, America's been a free democratic nation. And I'll be damned if the year 2024, just 2 years before our 250th anniversary of as a nation, I'll let Donald Trump take this away. Folks, this is not hyperbole. This race is about our freedom. It's about our democracy. It's about the very soul of America. Are we prepared to fight for that? I know I am, and I will. And folks, I have never been more optimistic about America's future, because the American people are decent, good, honorable. You just have to remember who in God's name we are. We're the United States of America. I mean, think about it. Think about it in literal terms. And there's nothing beyond our capacity when we stand together. So let's stand together, win this election, and exile Donald Trump politically. God bless you all. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to come to the overflow room.